From the BBC World Service, in association with ABC and Akashvani, this is Stumped.
Hello, I'm Alison Mitchell in London and welcome to Stumped. Tanzania have made history with their men's under-19 team qualifying for a World Cup for the very first time. They topped the qualifying tournament in Africa with victory over Sierra Leone, and they will play in the Men's World Cup in 2026 in Zimbabwe and Namibia. They went unbeaten throughout. They qualified at the expense of teams like Namibia, Uganda and Kenya, and the scenes of celebration looked very, very special. I've been speaking to the Vice Chair of the Tanzania Cricket Association, Ashish Nagewadia, and the under-19's captain, Laksh Bakraina, to hear more about cricket in the country. And I asked Laksh just what it meant to him to finally reach that World Cup.
I think it feels really great. Back then in 2021, the qualifiers, we lost our one chance in the last game against Uganda. I think it really haunted us for some time, and it's good to lead the team, come back and dominate these qualifiers.
Tell me about the homecoming and the reception that you received at the airport.
I think Tanzania Cricket did a really great job. I wasn't expecting that big of a celebration. I mean, yes, going to the World Cup is a big thing, but I think it was like 4 a.m. in the morning. Boys were really tired, but after we saw the reception, I think we were still like it was just a fresh new day. Like we were just really pumped up. Everyone was dancing. Everyone actually came. A lot of people turned up, so I think we were really excited for the reception as well.
There was literally a red carpet. There were petals,
Yeah.
garlands, drummers, music, dancing outside the terminal. Ashish, on the Facebook video that's been posted with those celebrations, it says this is a national moment, not just a cricket victory. Has it really been received as such in Tanzania?
As soon as the news went out that Tanzania under-19 has qualified for the World Cup, we had all media houses looking for us. The interview that was done over there was at Azam Sports. They came early in the morning. So yes, we've got a lot of attention. Boys have really brought cricket to the limelight in Tanzania. A lot of congratulations coming from the government to the chairman to myself. So absolutely, it's amazing, and it's a benefit for the game.
Laksh, take me to the climax of the tournament then, and the crucial victory over Sierra Leone. You made runs, took wickets as well. Talk me through it.
Some of the boys have played the Division 1 qualifiers, so they know what's at stake, which is, of course, the one World Cup spot. So I think we really put in ourselves. We really were prepared mentally as well that, guys, this is our last chance. Many of us were ending our under-19 career in this qualifier. So we were like, guys, this is the one chance. Let's take it. And we did take it. And until that last game, when the last finger was raised for the LBW, I think that was the moment like, okay, guys, we've job done. We're going to the World Cup.
And pretty important for you taking 2 wickets in 2 balls in the very first over.
Yeah, it was a great start as well. We're kind of nervous that we didn't want to repeat 2021. And yeah, it went well.
Tell me about your personal story, how you got into cricket in your own journey.
It was back like I think 2015, 2016. My parents really wanted me to get into sports. So we were trying out different sport. There was tennis and I don't know, badminton. I think cricket got it to me, and here I am leading the team into the World Cup.
Ashish, you talk about the impact that this might make in Tanzania. Can you paint a picture of the cricket structure as it is currently?
What the new board has decided to do is we're starting up with cricket academies across 10 cities in Dar es Salaam. And together with that, we've signed up with the government to make cricket as a curriculum in the schools. So 56 schools across the country will be starting to teach cricket. So we're starting to develop cricket from grassroots, right from the schools, coming into the academies, from the academies to the under 15, 17, 19, so on. So we're trying to revamp the entire structure so that we can tap into that grassroots level and really start looking at key talents that are coming out. Coaches have started to be trained in specific roles, so fielding, batting, bowling. So we've been investing in a lot of training for the last 18 months. ICC has helped us with level 1, level 2, level 3 coaching. We've done also training on empowering as well. So a lot of efforts are being put into grassroots setup at the moment, and we foresee bringing this coming to fruition in the next 18 months.
That's great news, because I know there's a lot of challenge for countries, lower down in the associate rankings, for example, funding. I visited Uganda where, I found that there was not one cricket store in Uganda. Players had to travel to Kenya to acquire equipment. What's that situation in Tanzania? Because I realized that the Sierra Leone team I read arrived in Nigeria for the tournament without a training kit because they had flight redirection and scheduling issues. But, there's different challenges that different countries face, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Up until last year, we didn't have much as well. The players had to import goods from either India or Pakistan or England, Australia. But now we do have a few stores that have opened up. Although they are small, but they're able to give the basic requirements to the cricketers. They're investing into, balls, bats, and everything. So it's improving. The attention is getting there, and because the whole process is transparent, people are seeing benefit of investing into a business so that they can, venture out and get the benefits of the growth of the game.
Laksh, when you first started out then and you were trying different sports, did you find cricket sort
Yeah.
of, easy enough to get access to?
Yeah, in the beginning, I really didn't have any equipment. I was just playing for fun, really. So once I did get into it, my parents did invest into it. Yeah, so I think equipment back then was really an issue, but somehow we managed, and I think it really helped.
And how have you seen the profile of you making this World Cup already? What benefits do you hope it's going to bring?
I think it's a big thing. Definitely not for me, but for the whole Tanzanian cricket, to really showcase what talents and skill we really do have. Going to the world stage for the first time, it's not easy. It was definitely a tough process, but looking forward to it and show what Tanzania cricket really is about.
And have you had particular idols in the game that you've been able to, watch on telly, watch online that you like to emulate?
I think Ravindra Jadeja is one of mine. I think we're the same almost. I think many people do idolize him, so great to learn from him as well and put it on the field.
Absolutely. Ashish, how about the senior men's and women's teams in Tanzania then? How are they progressing at the moment?
There's a change coming in. There's a culture shifting into the team. The team is realizing that the board is right behind them. There's a lot of clear messages being passed over to the players, so everyone knows where the direction is. It's a high performance requirement. As long as you do your part, the board will do their part, and we can only grow together, right? It needs everyone's buy-in, from the senior players to the juniors to the board to the fraternity. We all need to be walking on the same direction, which is success of the game in Tanzania.
Lax, you're now part of that pathway. What are your hopes and ambitions personally?
First of all, really grateful for this opportunity to actually lead the team as well. So first of all, lead the team, create a good environment in the team. World Cup, it's the first time, so no pressure. Just express yourselves, nothing much, and just continue what you're doing from the qualifiers and the preparations that are coming forward. Hopefully, will give us even more experience. I think we're going to go on some tours, so boys are really looking forward to it and showcase their skills on the world stage.
And aside from yourself, can you highlight a couple of other of the star names in your team that we'll look forward
Uh,
to seeing come the World Cup?
I think our pace bowler Halidi Amiri, I think he's been a really consistent bowler. He's been showing some absolute gas and pace in the bowling. Another one, Simba Mbaki, I think he played a crucial role in the game versus Namibia. He scored 61 runs to take us to 160 and give us a chance at winning that game. So I think these two are really to look forward in the World Cup.
And Laksh, what's your situation? Are you able to make a living from the game? Are you not yet on a contract? Do you aspire from that? Are you having to juggle working at the moment with playing cricket?
I think, yeah, I do have a contract, but I think uh, I still want to grow at this game. I still have a long way in this game, so hopefully I can later on in the future showcase what I have made. And there's a reason why I led this team to the World Cup and show what I have and what Tanzania cricket has. So yes.
Take me back just finally then to that airport and everything that you felt when you walked through arrivals and were met by everybody.
I don't know, I was just feeling goosebumps. I was very nervous. I could see through a window. There was just so many people, those decorations, the red carpet. So I was just nervous carrying that trophy in my hand for the first time. That has
Don't
never
drop
happened. So
it.
yeah, don't drop it. So I don't know, it just felt really great and honored, and I was really grateful for that opportunity that even Tanzania Cricket gave us such a good reception. So I think it's gonna stay in my heart for so long.
It's a significant development and a story that we've covered consistently here on Stumped. The International Cricket Council has this week announced that they're setting up a dedicated task force and providing funding to help displaced women cricketers from Afghanistan. Now, back in 2021, you'll remember the young women who were contracted to play for Afghanistan fled the country after the Taliban returned to power and effectively banned women from playing sport. The majority of the players went to Australia and wrote to the ICC asking for support, but were told that they were a matter for the Afghan Cricket Board, the very board that they were ostracised from. Nearly 4 years later now, the ICC say that they'll establish a dedicated fund to provide monetary assistance to the players and provide what they describe as a high-performance programme offering world-class facilities and advanced coaching. Well, the Afghanistan XI captain Nahida Sapan told the BBC this is a huge step forward.
This will inspire Afghan women everywhere, and it show them that anything is possible with deduction, and they too can achieve their dream no matter the challenges. And my all-time message is always to them, you can make the impossible possible by standing up for your goals, and believe yourself and believe your goals.
Well, none of this would have happened without the work of former Australia cricketer turned commentator Mel Jones, who was an integral part of getting the players out of Afghanistan. And Mel joins us now. Mel, I mean, we heard, Nahida's delight there. How have the other players reacted, and how did you feel when you found out about this?
WhatsApp groups have been going off point literally 24/7 since it was announced, Ali, as you can imagine. I mean, a lot of the players, the passion they have for the game, and just how much investment that they've put into making sure that if this moment came, that they're ready to go. And that's what they keep saying, right? And there's so many questions coming from them daily. Can we play underneath the Afghanistan flag? Can we keep our logo? Who are we playing? When are we playing? And unfortunately, at the moment, we're just having to say, just cool your jets, just be excited in the moment that things have shifted, and shifted so sort of, extravagantly as well, because as you know, we haven't heard a lot back from the ICC over the last sort of 3.5 years. That has completely shifted in the last 48 hours, which is the best news that we could possibly have hoped for.
So do you understand or know why this turnaround from the ICC? Because, we had Jeff Allardyce on Stumped when he was chief executive, and there just seemed no chance of support for the players officially.
Yeah, I've used the phrase, and I don't know if it's right, but the perfect storm. It's almost as if there've been so many different pieces to sort of, not sort of raising sort of a louder voice. I think they've always been there, but just a variety of different things. I think the fact that the Olympics and the IOC came out recently about the 6 teams for the men's and women's, and sort of the process for qualifications and all that sort of came out. I think just the power of work that Pitch Our Future has done, the MCC Foundation have been absolutely brilliant. You can go back to the game on Jan 30 with Cricket Australia and all the work that Nick Hockley and the team at Cricket Australia had done to get that game up and going. So I think there was just so many different pieces. Even Kirsty Coventry coming in as the IOC president now, and her meeting with Jay Shah only probably 3 weeks ago, I think it was, and conversations had there. And as much as all these conversations have always been going, I think probably just different people in the room having slightly different conversations. And I think it was just, that little spark, and it sort of has grown from there.
I will ask though, what's the ultimate aim? Do the girls realize that they may or may not be able to play as an Afghanistan 11? It could be, what's the nomenclature likely to be?
Look, really good question. I mean, that's been their dream right from the get-go. They were contracted players with the Afghanistan Cricket Board prior to the Taliban taking over. It was by no fault of their own that they had to leave Afghanistan, and then have now resettled in Australia, Canada, and the UK. We can't forget those players there. And a reminder, it's not just the players, it's administrators as well, and coaches as part of this group. So right from that moment, they have always been vehement in their sort of drive to play as an Afghanistan women's cricket team. Now, my guess at the moment is that it won't be underneath the Afghanistan Cricket Board logo, but it could still be an Afghanistan women's cricket team, whether or not that's a refugee team or some sort of just change in the language there. But that is what they're they're really driving for, and that's where Pitch Our Future will be, right behind them in chatting to the ICC and the task force, and finding a way in which we can utilize, whether it's their new logo or a new logo that actually says that they are players representing Afghanistan.
Yeah, well, that's a distance off. And of course, you mentioned that you don't quite know what their match schedule is going to be, so I'm not going to grill you on that. But if you can move on to just reminding all of us the emotions that you must have felt when the last time we talked to you ahead of the exhibition match at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Can you talk us through that experience?
Yeah, look, roller coaster of emotions, isn't it? That was, the players say it was a dream come true, to sit in the change rooms and see them pull on shirts that they designed in Afghan colours, knowing that in their way that they were representing not just their group of players, coaches and administrators outside of Afghanistan, but 20 million women in Afghanistan who have, lost, human rights across education, work, health and sport. They're representing so many female Afghan players that have also fled and are all around the world at the moment trying to find their feet in a sporting world that's still trying to grapple with how do we manage this situation. FIFA's going through it, FIBA, as I just mentioned as well. And so for someone from the cricket world, we've actually, as much as we probably dropped the ball initially for those 3.5 years, we're probably a couple of steps ahead of the rest of the world and the rest of the world's sporting organisations at the moment. So we have this wonderful opportunity to be real leaders in sport and show a way forward with the development of this team at the moment, and show other sports how it can be done.
Mel Jones, former Australia cricketer turned commentator on the Afghan women's story. Well, that's it for Stumped for this week. Thanks for watching, and we'll do more again next week. Until then, bye for now.